So this week we're going to show you some really cool progress on the building of our new exploration aluminum sailboat.
We have an update.
Only 7.5 weeks to go for him to come out of the belly. Let's get to work.
Hi, I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And after bringing a sailboat that was neglected for over 22 years back to life, we moved aboard, and for the next 2 years we explored the Brazilian coast and part of the Caribbean, where we got an offer that changed our lives once again. We sold our boat and we moved to France, where we are building our new 43-foot aluminum exploration sailboat.
And while the boatyard is building the hull of our new sailboat, we are learning the craft by converting a camper van to get ready to build the interior and all the systems of the boat ourselves.
So don't forget to subscribe and to join us every Sunday for a new episode.
As you can tell, the boat grew this week. The boat's really tall now. This is a huge milestone for us to install the side panel of the boat. But before we can talk about this installation that we're going to talk about on this video, first I want to show you this. The boat seems so much bigger, and we got 2 big milestones this week. The first one is this simple piece, the bow. This was so much more complicated than it seems now that it's in place, and that's the first thing we're going to show you, and then we're going to show you how this side of the boat went to place. That's the same exactly as this one. That's the next step. Not yet. Let's show this first. A lot of times in an aluminum boat, the side panel meets with the other side panel and becomes the bow. It's just straight. As this boat is close to a squall bow, that means a round bow, this panel is not the same as the side one. We have one specific panel for the front and 2 for the sides. So why is this complicated? Even though this seems like just like a curve, you get a panel and you bend and that's it. That's not the case. This curve, it's different here to there. I don't know if you can see on the video, but the width here and the width there, it's completely different. I mean, these reinforcements might make even harder to see because this is temporary here just to hold the panel in position and straight flat. This is gonna come out later, but the process of building this piece was also tricky because this boat is the hull number 1, and if you have ever seen any boat being built, hull number 1 is always the trickiest one because they never built this model of boat before and they never built this piece before. So that means they needed to do a few tests before they got to the final one. Yeah, it took some time. They got like a spare sheet of aluminum, they bent and they tried, they got a template, so they try a second one and they try until they got the hang of how they want to do this piece. So the way in the end that this was built was, first we had the marks for the bending press. So the bending press is a huge hydraulic press that you can bend metal like this. So they press until it's like pretty much round. So they could not get to the exactly angle they want. So in the end, they needed to put this piece on the top of a metal I-beam and finish with the hammer. And in the end, it looks really good actually.
So Duca arrived at home one day and was really excited because aluminum, you can do a lot of marks and then you can fix it easily. How did they do that?
Yeah, because when you hammer a piece of aluminum, of course you get some flat spots. And actually, by the way, this made me even more confident of the bow of our new boat, because if with that amount of force, there is no way they could go through the material. There is no way we can, hit something and break the bow. So this is 8 millimeters thick aluminum. So that's, I think it's 3/8 of an inch thick. So it's really thick. But with the hammer, of course, the material deformates. So it gets a little bump on the back and a little, negative bump on the front. And in the end, there was a lot of marks around the bow. And the way to fix that, you just weld more material, because when you weld, you add metal. So every little mark they had, they put a little bit of weld, and then they grind the weld off and sand it. And for me, it's just mind-blowing. But after all this work, they managed to put in place. And of course, we missed the moment that they welded in place. For a good reason. My family was in town and we were spending the day with my father and my stepmom and everyone together, and when we arrived here to show the boat to my father, this was in place already. It's sad, but it's good. At least it's in place, and that's really good. And first they just temporarily weld in place, not on the exact position, because they wanted to put the side panel first, and with the side panel, then they brought the bow back and weld it on the right position, and right now it's tack weld, but really strongly, and it's in position already, because they need to tack weld both sides and the deck, and then they're gonna finish the welding. Let me try to explain what's going on. Right now, they're trying to get the bow, the bottom plates of the bow in the right shape, because it's a little bit down and a little bit too narrow. It needs to open up a little bit the plates a little bit more in order to have the right shape for the cone that they're trying to weld on the top. This is really tricky because it's not sharp, but it's a really good curve with a really thick plate. And it takes a lot of effort, a lot of strength, and also a lot of thinking, because you need to brace in a place, and then you need to expand, and then you need to hold. It's really complicated. So right now they just weld a little piece of aluminum inside so they can take the clamps out and keep the shape, and they did that to one side, and I guess now they're gonna just try to bend the other side to match the shape. I guess it's just unbelievable the amount of thinking that goes behind one little piece. It's just, I'm learning a lot. It's just by watching them work. It's just really cool. And also I will always remember that when they built this bow, I was there watching they bend this, and I know how much work went on doing that, and that's gonna be just amazing, because we're gonna sail with this boat and we're gonna anchor, and when I look to the bow, I'm like, I remember how they built this. That's pretty cool. So let's go back to work now. This is really, really complicated. There is like a different shape here, so a different shape here, a different shape here. It's just a lot of complications. So while they wait for the other welder to finish the bow of the boat, the one welder working on the boat right now is preparing all the rest of the aluminum for the cockpit. So he's getting one by one and selecting which one goes where, and making all the marks so he can bend where necessary, or the marks so he can know where to weld one to the other. And it's so cool because by looking him moving little plates around, I can recognize some parts of the boat, and it's weird. Like, you know, like I see a plate and I know this is gonna be below the winch. I know exactly where it goes, and I see the bend marking, and I can pretty much imagine the boat ready. That's just so awesome. I can't wait to see this boat with the real shape. And now, I don't know if you realize, but it's moving so much faster. Every day I come here, there is something new, and that's so exciting. I can't wait to actually show you a ready boat. So now that all the panels are marked, next step is to bend them with this crazy machine. It's so cool. So all these panels that were bent is for the cockpit and some for the tanks. So I believe this one that has a hatch. I don't know if you can see a hatch. This is the water tank or the diesel tank, I'm not sure, but one of those. And the rest is just all for the cockpit, and all these bent parts get in there, moving along. That's pretty good. transformation, like when we start putting a panel this big, it gives volume of, it's just like the volume of the boat so much bigger now, and involves also a lot of force, and I'll explain why. I don't know if the camera can see here, but if you see from this angle, there is a curve here. There is like a belly here, and there is a belly here. Oh, from this. Can you see in camera that there is a belly from here, there, and there. On the other side, there is no belly anymore. So, if you see here, it's a perfect constant line with the curve of the hull. And the way that happens is exactly the same way we showed you 2 episodes ago. When you weld both panels together, it aligns itself. But there is a lot of tension on the plates, and you need to bring it together, and there was a lot of effort. This last piece was a lot of force involved. But now, check the line of the boat. You can see here, you can see that the panel starts this way and starts turning, goes vertical and goes negative. The bow is actually negative, and that's just beautiful. I have no words to describe how excited we are to see our boat finally gaining shape. Now it's real, like you can see the volume. The boat is much bigger already. And to be honest, the next time you see the boat and the next time we see the boat is going to be the same time, because in Europe, in August, usually France and some other countries, they stop for 2 weeks. And months ago we decided if the boat yard is not going to work in August, that means we're going to go on vacations also, and it's our last vacations before the baby's born. And we decided to visit my family in Germany, and my best friend from my childhood also lives in Germany. It's his fourth birthday, so he's going to be turned 40. A lot of people from Brazil is coming for the party, and we're like, we are going to go to Germany, and then we go to Belgium. In between these 2 countries, we're going to stop to visit a boat yard in Germany that a lot of you said we should visit also and do some boat tours.
And we are really curious about this one.
This is one boat that we've been wanting to see in person that we've never seen for so many years, and we're going to have the opportunity to visit the boat yard, to learn about the woodworking interior, that we want to learn a lot about that.
Actually, a lot of things on our boat was inspired by this boat.
A lot of things on our boat was inspired by this boat. And also we're going to have the chance to go sailing with one of their boats, and this boat is going to be a twin keel boat, just like our boat, and we never sailed a twin keel boat, so I think it's going to be awesome.
We know the concept. We have some friends that really love their twin keels, so that's why we're going for it.
We're not crazy. We do love the concept of twin keels. We just never had the opportunity to actually sail on a twin keel. So that means we will need to have a quick break from the videos, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then you're going to see the video about the boat yard tour, about the sailing, and then we're back together.
There's another one that's a surprise.
And then there's a video in Belgium that is
a surprise.
A surprise for who is not a patron, because patrons know for months already. We have a big announcement, and that's going to be the 3rd video, following video, and then after that we come back to France. And we are going to have a big surprise, us and you, because the boat is probably going to be a lot different, and we're going to sit together because it's going to be a surprise for us.
The baby is going to be almost coming, actually.
Yeah. When you arrive in France, the baby is going to be 3 weeks to be born, I guess.
We hope he holds until there.
That means be patient with us, stick with us. The next videos are going to be awesome. I'm not sure if it's going to be in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll see. But we see you when we see you. When you see our faces in the thumbnail, you just click and that's us. And I guess that's it.
That's it.
Less rambling.
That's
just me. I can not help. See you next time.
See you.